Picture a young girl from California who has big plans for her future. It's hard for her, but she never gives up. This girl grows up to be Kamala Harris, one of the most powerful women in American politics. Join us to learn about her amazing trip and how two important presidencies were different. We have a unique story to tell today. We will be discussing Kamala Harris, a woman who has accomplished amazing feats. We'll look at how she came to be a candidate for U.S. president and contrast the two terms' distinctions. Kamala's journey is replete with perseverance, hard effort, and breaking down hurdles. She attended prestigious schools while growing up in California and advanced in the political field. Her journey from becoming a district attorney to being the first woman of color to hold the office of vice president is intriguing and inspirational. We'll also examine how her policies and role compare to those of the previous administration, emphasizing the significant distinctions that have shaped our nation to this day. Now, take a seat back, unwind, and let's begin this fascinating and instructive voyage. Early life and background. The 20th of October 1964 saw the birth of Kamala Devi Harris in Oakland, California. Her mother, Shamala Gopalan, worked hard to study cancer and came to the U.S. from India to take her studies further. Her father, Donald Harris, was a well-known and respected economist who was born in Jamaica. Kamala learned early on how important it is to go to school and work hard because she grew up in a family with a lot of different cultures and backgrounds. She learned from her folks to always do her best and stand up for what's right. In many ways, these lessons would change her path. Education and early career. Kamala went to Howard University in Washington, D.C., which is a well-known historically black college. She studied economics and political science there, where she was surrounded by people who praised black leadership and success. She went to the University of California, Hastings College of the Law, after high school, and got her law degree there. Kamala became a deputy district attorney in Alameda County, California, because she wanted to do what was right and fair. She worked hard to bring gang violence, drug trafficking, and sexual abuse cases to justice, which showed that she wanted to make her neighborhood safer. Rise in politics. In 2003, Kamala Harris made history by being elected as the District Attorney of San Francisco, the first woman and first African American to hold the position. As District Attorney, she focused on important issues like reducing truancy in schools, which helped keep kids in the classroom and off the streets. She also worked hard to reform the criminal justice system, aiming to make it more fair and effective. Her efforts included creating a program to give first-time drug offenders the chance to earn a high school diploma and find employment instead of going to jail. This innovative approach showed her dedication to finding practical solutions that benefit the community. Attorney General of California. In 2010, Kamala Harris was elected as the Attorney General of California, becoming the first woman and first African American to hold this position. As Attorney General, Kamala tackled several critical issues. One of her major focuses was reducing recidivism, which means helping people who have been in prison to not commit crimes again. She launched programs to provide job training and education for former inmates, helping them reintegrate into society. Kamala also fought for marriage equality, standing up for the rights of same-sex couples to marry. This was a significant move that showcased her commitment to equal rights for all. Additionally, she worked hard to protect consumers from fraud and unfair practices by big corporations. Her efforts included cracking down on mortgage fraud during the housing crisis, helping many families keep their homes. Kamala's impactful work as Attorney General gained national attention and set the stage for her future in higher political offices. U.S. Senator. In 2016, Kamala Harris was elected as the U.S. Senator from California. As a senator, she quickly became known for her strong voice and sharp questioning during committee hearings. She served on several important committees, including the Judiciary Committee, where she addressed critical legal and social issues. Kamala was a vocal advocate for healthcare reform, pushing for policies that would make healthcare more affordable and accessible for everyone. She also focused on immigration rights, fighting against policies that she believed were unfair and inhumane. Her work included advocating for the protection of young immigrants, known as Dreamers, who were brought to the United States as children. Presidential campaign. In 2019, Kamala Harris announced her candidacy for President of the United States. Her campaign was historic, as she was one of the few women of color to run for the presidency. Kamala's campaign focused on key issues such as healthcare for all, economic equality, and justice reform. She emphasized the need for change and the importance of standing up for what is right. Although Kamala eventually ended her campaign, her run demonstrated her leadership and vision for the country. She brought attention to important issues and inspired many people with her bold ideas and determination. Her campaign also paved the way for her future role as vice president, showing her resilience and commitment to making a difference in the country. Vice presidential nominee. In 2020, Joe Biden chose Kamala Harris as his running mate, marking a historic moment in American politics. Kamala became the first African American and South Asian American woman to be nominated for vice president by a major party. This selection was groundbreaking and symbolized a step forward for diversity and representation in the highest levels of government. Kamala's nomination energized many voters, especially women and people of color, who saw her as a symbol of progress and possibility. Vice presidency. Kamala Harris was sworn in as vice president on January 20th, 2021. As vice president, she has taken on several important roles and responsibilities. One of her main focuses has been addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. She has worked on promoting vaccination efforts, supporting small businesses, and helping schools safely reopen. Her efforts have been crucial in the fight against the pandemic. Kamala has also worked on immigration reform, aiming to create a more fair and humane system. She has advocated for pathways to citizenship for undocumented immigrants and worked to address the root causes of migration from Central America. Kamala has been active in tackling climate change. She supports policies to reduce carbon emissions, promote clean energy, and protect the environment. Her leadership in these areas has been vital in shaping the administration's policies and actions. Contrasts. Between two presidencies, let's take a look at the differences between the previous administration and the current one with Kamala Harris as vice president. The previous administration focused on policies like tax cuts for the wealthy, reducing government regulations on businesses, and taking a hardline stance on immigration, including building a border wall and implementing travel bans. In contrast, the current administration, with Kamala as vice president, has prioritized healthcare, climate change, and social justice. They have worked on expanding access to affordable healthcare, addressing systemic racism, and taking significant steps to combat climate change. While the previous administration emphasized economic growth through deregulation and tax cuts, the current administration focuses on creating a more equitable society and addressing long-term global challenges. Future aspirations. Looking to the future, many people wonder if Kamala Harris will run for president again. Her journey so far shows her dedication, resilience, and ability to break barriers. Whether or not she decides to run, her impact on American politics is undeniable. Kamala has inspired many with her leadership and commitment to justice and equality. Her future in politics, whether as a continued vice president or a potential presidential candidate, promises to shape the direction of the country for years to come. Her story is one of perseverance and trailblazing, and whatever she chooses to do next, she will undoubtedly continue to make history. Selection of the new vice president. If Kamala Harris decides to run for president in the future and is elected, the selection of a new vice president will be a crucial decision. Choosing a vice president is one of the most important tasks for a president, as it can influence their administration's policies and public perception. Kamala would likely look for a candidate who shares her vision for the country and complements her strengths. The process would involve careful consideration of various potential candidates, taking into account their political experience, ability to connect with voters, and commitment to key issues like healthcare, climate change, and social justice. Selecting a vice president who can help unify the party and the country would be essential. This decision would not only shape the next administration, but also signal the direction Kamala intends to take as president. The new vice president would need to be someone capable of stepping into the role of president, if needed, and supporting Kamala in her efforts to lead the nation effectively. Conclusion: Kamala Harris's story is a testament to determination, hard work, and breaking barriers. From her early life in California, growing up with parents who valued education and justice, to her groundbreaking roles in politics, Kamala has continuously made history. Her journey from being a district attorney to becoming the Vice President of the United States is filled with inspiring moments and significant achievements. Kamala has shown us what is possible when you stay committed to your goals and stand up for what you believe in. Her work in fighting for equality, justice, and better opportunities for all has touched many lives and will continue to do so for years to come. She has become a role model for countless people, proving that no dream is too big and no barrier too strong to overcome. Thank you for joining us today as we explored Kamala Harris's incredible journey and the differences between two presidencies. We hope her story has inspired you as much as it has inspired us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful and engaging content. See you next time.